Rush Nation. Welcome to the 5 Yard Rush NFL podcast. I'm your host, the king of wishful thinking, Joel Hewitt. I'm here with Alex, the King Nothing, and Pete Kingston Town. For the I might get Pete to laugh, but not Alex. Okay. The streak is dead. I've done a pretty good job so far. But here we go. Welcome, anyone and everyone, to this. Maybe I said last week was the least news we could possibly have, and we were like, great news. The combine starts on Monday, and Pete lied to us and fives of people watching at home.
Yeah, I apologise. I had one hand in my pocket when I was trying to count the days to it starting, and I got confused.
And the other one flicking a cigarette, Alanis Morissette.
Yes.
One of the best albums of all time. How are we doing?
Good.
Yeah.
As good as can be for an episode defined by rage and anger.
Yes. For those of you that didn't tune in last week, we are going through the stages of grief with the lack of the NFL. Last week was forgotten, and this week is anger. See, we're already past. I'm going to find out. Is it denial? It was denial. Brilliant. I forgot denial. I denied it existed. So this week is anger, and we'll be talking about the things that make us unnecessarily angry or necessarily angry with the American Football League. This week we'll do some news. We'll do a bit in between. Maybe the odd, hear me out, the odd pop culture reference. Huh? Anyone? Okay, let's just go straight into some news, shall we?
Yes, sir. News from the underground.
That's news from the underground. And I'm going to start off because this is just one that makes me laugh. Just want to list some things that Chicago is good for. The musical. It's where Obama is from. The 96 Bulls, they were pretty good, weren't they? Kanye, when he was still on the meds. And I guess deep dish pizza. But the one thing that they aren't good for, Pete, would be keeping NFL franchises. How do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, I live in York, so it doesn't really impact on me greatly. There's a couple of bits with this. It's still not 100% finalised, but the news, for people that don't know, is that the Bears look like they're going to be moving to Gary, Indiana.
Did I change that from Chicago, chap? Hold on.
To Gary.
Yeah. Let's chat with Gary. It sounds like a therapist that you don't want to go and see, but you probably should.
Yeah. The problem is now, every time it says, like, they're in Gary, all my brain will do. Every time it's going, you have to meow like Gary the snail. Yeah, it's not finalised, but it's looking increasingly likely it's done. The bizarre thing about this is there's a lot of uproar because it's not Illinois, it's not Chicago, but it's actually they can't rebuild on Soldier Field. They don't own the land, and the site's too restricted by roads, so that was never an option. So they bought the land out in Arlington Heights, and that's where the plan to have this big building. They said, we'll build the stadium for ourselves, we'll build all the housing, we just need help with the infrastructure. We want the government to pay for the infrastructure bit, and we'll do that. And they went, no, you're all right, mate. You're worth 100+ billion. Do it yourself. So that's why they're moving. But even though it's in Indiana, it's actually closer to Chicago than Arlington Heights was. So the new place is closer. Ironically, the big issue of building the stadium there is the infrastructure and getting there. So that's going to have to get sorted, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare. It's not set up for an NFL team there, so it's going to be interesting how that plays out. But I still hold hope that they'll manage to get something done, because it's not 100% finalised, but it's basically there. There was, when it got announced, there was apparently a bill, and it was being discussed in Parliament about the Bears' proposal in Arlington Heights and discuss what that was going to be, and then it got cancelled the night before, and then that morning when it was supposed to be announced, it got released that the Bears were moving to Indiana. So I don't know what's happened there unless they got a tip off that it wasn't going to go their way.
Are we still calling them the Chicago Bears? Is that what will likely happen? Do they have to change the C on their helmet? Well, these are my burning questions. I couldn't give a hoot if they moved 20 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
What I care about is what they're going to look like.
Well, they can't have a G on it, can they? Could you imagine?
Yeah.
The worst.
Well,
the
that'd
logo.
be good, though, wouldn't it?
And can you imagine calling them the Gary Bears? That sounds like a favorite childhood toy, doesn't it?
That is, yeah, absolutely. One of the ones that like repeats what you say, like a Furby.
Yeah, Mum, did you pick Gary Bear?
Put a tape in the back in it, like talks. Yeah.
Stop going about Gary Bear, Pete. You're 40 years old.
Oh, bless him. I hope it does happen, just because I think it's funny when stupid things happen to stupid people. So like that to me is you effed around and now you're in the fine out section of that phrase, which I enjoyed very much so. Also, I got to list a bunch of stuff that I like from Chicago. So that was fun too. College Dropouts, absolute banger. Graduation. Late registration. Mate. Kanye, if you're watching, go back on the meds. I'm just saying. It's just great work. I've been listening to Jay-Z's Black album. Oh, Lucifer is arguably one of the best tracks on there and is unsung by a lot of people. There you go. What did we do? 7.5 minutes. Well, actually, no, I listed pop culture things earlier, so we bang straight in with the good stuff. I love that the number one bit of news is Kyle Pitts gets franchise tag. That's the first thing that's landed on our list here, and that's great for anybody who was following any of the fantasy memes last year. You can recycle it. Great news, everybody. We're running it back. Kyle Pitts is still Falcon. However, who in the bloody hell is throwing the ball to him? Because Kirk Cousins will be, quote, gone, March 11th. I'm quoting myself when I say gone, by the way. This isn't an official thing from Atlanta. March 11th. Get your marching orders, Kirk Cousins. See you later. Welcome to, I guess, Cleveland. So, Kyle Pitts, Kirk Cousins, Atlanta. Talk to me, boys.
I am fascinated by where he goes. That's my take on it.
Church.
What shows, Alex?
I think it's got to be to a really bad team because he's not a really good player.
That's the stuff.
I would love. I think I would give loads of money to see him in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, now you're talking. Shook him to the Raiders.
But I don't think he could cope with the temptation of all of the gambling and all of the offers of Las Vegas. So I think
Christian man.
I think for him to be a God-fearing Christian man and do what God-fearing Christian men do, he has to go to the desert and go out to Arizona.
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that to me. I like the Cardinals. I can't go through more years of having to switch off a team that I enjoy watching.
That's unkind to all parties. I don't think he's getting a starting job. I actually do think the opposite to you. I think he's going to a really good team as a really good backup. And he's really, really well respected in the locker rooms, in the offices, and he's very intelligent. I could totally see him going somewhere with a really clever head coach that brings him in as like a QB coach mentor type role, and with that promise of we'll help develop you as a coach for the next step in your career. I could totally see if Mac Jones goes, I could see him going to San Fran, maybe even going to like the Rams, just on a cheap deal as a backup, where like you might get a ring and you can back up, and we know we're not going to lose too much if you step in. He's like the richest quarterback of all time, isn't he? So
he's got the greatest agent of all time. I'll tell you that much. Good God. I remember the hoopla of him sat down having interview on interview when he was about to leave Washington. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's the hottest prospect," and they're all just want to throw money at him. And then, boo, he ended up at the Vikings, who I also enjoy watching. So that ruined that for me for a while. Then great news, he went to the Falcons. Don't care. Leave him over there. That's fine. That's a perfect little box. That's two birds with one stone. I can focus all of my booing in one place. That's fine. So yeah, no. I would like him to go somewhere relevant because most of the relevant teams I'm not like big on personally. I'm that kind of like annoying indie guy where I like an underdog. So I don't know, stick him behind Jordan Love. Let's just do that. Just throw him somewhere. I don't care.
I've just checked, and he used to be. He's been overtaken by Matt Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, but he's third highest earning quarterback of all time, above Brady. Just above Brady. But yeah, guaranteed contract after guaranteed contract, and there's so many nice places for him to go and just be a guy in the room. Even like I said, even Vegas actually makes a lot of sense. Just go there, be the insurance, and help develop Clyde Mendonca. I always want to call him Mendoza.
Mendoza. Simpsons clips, one for each team, was absolutely fantastic because I was watching the first one, which obviously was the Raiders, and it was just the McBain clip, and I was like, "Where is this going?" And it's when he's holding his partner in his arms and he just shouts Mendoza, and I was like, "There it is, thank you." Yeah, that paid off. And that led me to watch him. I think pretty much all of them. 32 clips is quite the commitment, to be fair, when you're on Twitter.
Welcome to 21st century attention spans.
Yeah. It was. I must admit, it is one of my favorite NFL Twitter accounts to follow. Is Simpson NFL memes. It is completely up there.
Yeah,
it's absolutely fantastic. What's their at? I don't know what they are off the top of my head.
Is that Simpsons NFL?
I think it could be.
Go check them out. They're great fun. On to the next one. Breece Hall will get the tag if they can't get a contract done in the next week. The poor bastard. I don't think he wants to be there, so he's not going to try and get a contract that keeps him stuck there. And if they don't get him to stay there, they're gonna shackle his leg there, and he will forever be a Jet. I like Breece Hall. I like the Jets. I think it's time to let Breece Hall seek other options.
I think speaking of the perfect one of this was the Simpsons NFL meme earlier on of Mr. Burns putting up the sign saying, "Don't forget you're here forever." was that? Yeah, he's such a talented player, and you could see it because even in college, he's looked such a talented player. It feels like he's wasted so much of his career in New York, which happens a lot.
He has,
to be fair. He wasted his best years in an abusive relationship with the New York Jets. So I'd like to see him get a chance elsewhere, or just I'd like to see the Jets be good, but I know which is more likely.
Good point.
Yeah, the really gutting thing as well as if you are a Breece Hall fan is not only has the franchise tag been dangled and said that he could be done that, but also the transition tag as well, which means that he can be put over the line and then go, "Oh, what other teams want that?" And then they just reel him back in. So if you want a Simpsons meme for that, it's Homer jumping from America to Australia to America, just before somebody punches him in the face, and then he gets flattened out. So that is obviously what Breece Hall will be. It'll be freedom. No, I'm stuck with the Jets. Freedom. I might have the Ravens. No, I'm stuck with the Jets. Freedom. I might have the Rams. No, just shut up, Breece.
It's saying we're going to get a deal done in the next week, and then if we don't, we'll franchise tag you. It feels like a real threat, doesn't it? It's not a sign of confidence. It's just a threat. It's sign with us or else you'll get one and done, and we'll probably get a lineman to fall on you.
Is this the owner that like spouted this? Because the Jets owner's pretty good at just like talking nonsense, isn't he? Like, oh yeah, we're in contract negotiations. And if he doesn't sign off the franchise tag him. Like that's basically how it sounds. Like who's interviewing this person making these quotes? That's what I want to know.
I can't remember if it was the GM or the owner, but it was still. It's
One
you're
of
right. They are
the top dogs.
Yeah, the owner ran his mouth quite a lot earlier this year, didn't he?
Yeah,
About a lot of stuff.
It wasn't Woody Johnson. It was the GM.
It was GM. Okay.
It was the GM. But our running back on the franchise tag this year is only going to make $14 million.
Oh, how will it go?
Oh dear. Right there with you, buddy.
Tiny piano.
In other news, the Lions in the Germany game this year, 2026. They just keep adding international games, don't they? Like, what have we got now? We've got like 5 or 6, I don't know. But anyway, the Lions are giving up a home game. So, Germany gets a decent team. Right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Right, well done. I don't know if we've got any confirmation of what the UK are getting yet outside of the Jags, which I'm still like game for, depending.
Jags being back.
Yeah.
We've got Mexico, Brazil, Germany, France, UK,
Australia.
Jesus,
good effort.
Yeah.
Oh, Ireland.
Have they confirmed Ireland yet?
NFL game. I think it's close games.
They did Dublin last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. The Steelers were there in Dublin last year.
Oh, of course they were. Yeah. Yes, of course they were.
Well, that's quite interesting. Is that one? I think I was one of the ones that was talking about it last week. That I saw people saying, "Hey, an international week would be a kind of like a good idea, where every team just swans off for a week and then they have an extra buy outside of that." But a guy that I follow on TikTok, J. Lawrence, nice dude, has agreed to pop on the show if we ever want him. Somebody said that to him, and he was like, "I don't think it would work because it would just give the NFL the focus around the world one weekend of the year, as opposed to when you separate them all out, people are talking about the international series, and it's going on for weeks on weeks on weeks. So in that case, you're a lot more likely not to get that. Plus, if they add another bye week, that's an extra week without any revenue coming in." Yada yada yada. And I didn't think of any of these things. So credit to Jay Lawrence. Follow him on TikTok. It's pretty good with a bunch of like UK NFL stuff. Sirianni can't guarantee AJ Brown will be back last year. I saw AJ Brown on just a clip of AJ Brown on the whatever Gronk's podcast is called. Too many NFL players have podcasts. You already have an NFL career or had an NFL career. Leave that part to us, absolute rank amateurs from the country that doesn't house your sport. That's my one rant to him this year. But yeah, so I saw him on there, and both Gronk and it was Edelman going, Patreon, and like AJ Brown was basically going, yeah, if you want, I don't care. I like Vrabel. So Sirianni can't guarantee AJ Brown will be back next year. Probably because AJ Brown's on podcasts with Patriots players saying that he likes the Patriots head coach. Alex, do you like AJ Brown after all?
No.
Pete, over to you.
Great show, guys.
Sorry. Did you want me to expand on that? Just because he's a jackass. He's a complete jackass. I also don't think he's that good, but that's just me.
He's all right.
He's not that good.
Right. He won't make it to many fancy teams next year. I'll tell you that much. He was a bit of a liability this year. It's not worth the hassle.
Got to remember what built the 5-yard rush. We're gonna take it back to the fantasy angle every now and again.
Yeah.
Look out for the flagship show whenever that returns. We're the flagship show now. Chuck up there in the GIF.
I am the captain now.
Yeah.
Where is he going next year? 4th round? It seems like a wild fall for a 1-2 turn kind of player.
End of the 4. I'd say I wouldn't take him in the top 3 rounds. if I had the first pick of the fourth round, I still wouldn't take him there. So I'm like back end of that one.
It depends the team he goes to, because if he goes to the Patriots, probably late second.
Do you reckon if Diggs is still there?
I want to be in your league.
That's the point. That's the point. Is like if Diggs is still there, then yeah, someone's picking Diggs and someone's picking that, but Diggs is gone. So all of your wide receivers are probably already gone.
I mean, on the Diggs front, I know it's off season, so we should maybe go for like all the Goss, have like a Goss section. But Diggs has unfollowed Cardi B. Looks like
No.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's
Wait,
Zombie.
no, that's good for Joel, because that means that she might release a rap album just dissing Diggs next year.
Oh, now we're talking. Yes,
That'd
get
be
the
nice.
baby on the track. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So that. Yeah, you thought Kendrick and Drake was the beef of the century. Just you wait till Cardi B versus Stephon Diggs comes out. I think Stephon Diggs may or may not have released the odd song like way back when, thinking that he was a rapper. They all do at some point.
Yeah.
It's
too
wide
many.
receivers especially just absolutely love just dropping at least a track to get really bored in the off season. I want to say Odell Beckham, probably AJ Brown.
Definitely.
Remember Left Bell one, didn't he?
Who?
Left Bell did an album, didn't he?
That was who I was thinking of.
Yeah, we go. That's probably AJ Brown. Good times. Yeah, that's good. Something like that. But yeah, is unfollowing on socials the 2026 like unfriend you on Facebook? Like, ooh. Yeah. Cardi B status is all men are snakes, and all the comments say UK hun, and she's like, I'll DM you.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And
then the blackout of all of your like cover photos and all of your like information on social media of like Instagram and all that lot, that just a blackout of that, just having your name there, that is the version of I'm blocking you.
Right, got it. Now we're up to date. Who'd have thought we'd get so much time out of social stuff? But yeah, I mean, like, I'm here for the goss, man. Like, it's definitely like one of our first breaking stories was like AI generated horrible nonsense, wasn't it? So like, we'll just keep piling some of that in. Should we start some rumors? Yes. I'm thinking that we might get a click or two if we just like pick a rumor and be like, hey, these British guys have been saying some weird stuff, man. Just say loads. One's going to get picked up, innit?
Just have like 7 truths, 1 fiction in the news section every week.
Oh, yeah. Good luck finding out which one we lied about. We're really convincing. These two are actors. That's professional lying.
We would still be more informative than half the US medias.
Yes.
Ooh.
We'll play the
as legitimate as Fox News.
Yeah.
Bradley Bozeman retired. Woo! Alex, did you write this?
Come on!
Go on. Talk to me, Goose.
Oh my God, the 44th ranked centre in the NFL this past year retired at the age of 31. By the way, that's 44 out of 44. There were 32 starting centres in the NFL, and he finished 44th. He retired age 32 after 2 seasons with the LA Chargers. Oh my God. Wow.
Could have happened to a nicer guy, hey, Alex?
Honestly, I respect Bradley Bozeman for 1 clip and 1 clip only, and that's where Justin Herbert like got absolutely ankle wrapped by a defender, and like he tried to rip off and really injure Justin Herbert, and Bradley Bozeman literally picked this dude up and then went, "What are you doing?" and started like a full-on brawl in a Chargers game. So I respect him for that, but yeah, no, he's garbage. Thank the Lord.
So first round draft pick, then get yourself a replacement.
No, nice. It'll be a defensive end. Everybody thinks the Chargers are going defensive end because obviously the other one, Khalil Mack, left this offseason, and he won't be getting renewed. So we need a defensive end to replace Khalil Mack. But most likely we'll dip into free agency for a centre. There is a Ravens centre that's free agent this year. His name escapes me, but there is a Ravens centre that is a free agent. I've completely forgotten his name, but yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Linbaum, I thought it was.
That kid. He's very good.
Yeah, but he's going back to the Ravens. He's not leaving. They're going quite aggressively after him. He's playing hard to get, but he's not leaving the Ravens. I just don't see it. I think you addressed it. We discussed it last week. I think you addressed that defense, or the Chargers addressed defensive end by picking up what's his face just got cut by the Broncos. Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
Sorry, by the Dolphins. Still thinking about the Bronco. I think they get Bradley Chubb and goal line in the draft. But yeah, I mean, they need all the help they can get. We've seen that this offseason, haven't we? This season.
But cutting with Bradley Bozeman retiring, our off-season finances go to $89 million.
Crikey.
Nice.
Thank you very much. I mean, slip him a $5 probably for doing him a favour. Like, that's quite nice of him. But yeah, fair enough. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. In sickening news, the Browns leave the door open for a Watson return. I've just put sick emoji in brackets next to that one as well, because I couldn't find the sick emoji without having to mess around with weird shortcuts on Mac. This is silly. I'm going to read the quote. Quote, "We don't have to make that decision anytime soon," Berry said Tuesday at the NFL Combine. "I think any player that we have in that room would expect to compete to earn a role. Those two would be no different." Blech. Don't like it.
It gets worse if you like hear the expanded version of it, where it says that's no different than quarterback. Deshaun's been working really hard. He's working his tail off. Like I said, we're excited to go into April with all our players across the roster because competition is something we really believe in.
A little part of that did take a little part of my brain. Across the roster was pretty nice. Like, I'd put money on that horse, across the roster, definitely. Yeah, 230 at Kempton, across the roster. Trying to do the best to make anything out of not wanting to throw up in my mouth because Deshaun Watson might get a job. I almost stopped supporting the New Orleans Saints because of Deshaun Watson, because though he was this close to becoming a New Orleans Saint, I was like, absolutely not. Nope, no thank you. So let's hope he breaks an ankle or two. His own, not other people's. Just want to make sure that we're out there. Let's not go out there breaking Sanders' ankle.
I can foresee quite a disaster of a season for the Browns this year. I think they are going to be bad, even by Brown standards.
I wonder if you can have negative jersey sales. Like, if Watson's the starting QB, no one's buying that, are they? Yeah. I'd like to buy the QB jersey. Oh, no, thank you. No. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Here's $1. And then just leave him on away. You offended
just need to clear some space.
Here's a ticket for next week's game. I ain't coming back, mate. Like, that's it. That's enough for me. They may end up with maybe the most gorgeous stadium of all time. I think, is it 2028? I saw that awesome render where they've got that big screen above the dog pound and all of that good stuff. It's great, and they'll fill it. Sound awesome when they lose 19-3 every week. It'd be cool. Any other thoughts on Deshaun Watson?
No, I don't want to waste my life on him.
Cool. I'm just going to give him one of these. That'll do enough for and then last, I can't bother to put this entire thing in the caption, but just before we started, I read just after the show last week, Kansas City Chiefs restructured Patrick Mahomes' contract, lowering his salary cap from $78.2 million to $34.65 million for the upcoming season, creating 43.56 million in salary cap space. So they've freed up $43 million from Patrick Mahomes' deal. I assume they just spread it out over another year or whatever, or give him a bonus or some stuff.
They did this at the beginning of last year, and it's kicking the can down the road because his cap hit for next year is 85 million. So they just
it was going to be 78 this year.
Yeah.
Basically, so it's up by 7 next year. Right?
Yeah. If we keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back, as the salary cap goes up, it'll make less of a hit. And we can just do it down. Yeah. The bill will come due at some point, but they'll have a down year and they'll just turn a chunk of it into signing bonus when they have a bad year and try to clear some of that then, but don't need to deal with it now, which makes a lot of sense.
Good that they're freeing up some space, though. Where does the money go? I assume receivers, Tyreek Hill.
Well, there is the Rashee Rice news as well, actually, which you didn't mention this week.
Oh, yeah, that prick. Go on.
Yes. I'm trying to remember the exact details of it, but his girlfriend accused him of repeated abuse.
I saw a picture where she looked like she'd been in a fight with like a eagle or something. It's like proper like talon marks across the face. Ridiculous. What a you know what?
Yeah. One of them.
And then brilliantly, like the next post I saw was Travis Kelce in that stupid Release 4 t-shirt that they all wore. And I was like, I remember why I hate this franchise. It expands beyond Patrick Mahomes, it turns out.
Yeah, they'll probably go heavy either in towards defense or into the O-line because they're going to draft a wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Everyone's expecting Carnell Tate to fall to them. And if he does, rip everybody because that kid is mint.
Yeah.
I don't like it when Mahomes gets weapons like that. It doesn't feel fair.
Because
it's like ready to get in Moss all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's going to be really weird because if the NFL don't suspend Bryce, which even if they do, he'll come back and they'll wear more 3-4 stuff, so it'll be there. But then he'll have Bryce for the short game, he'll have Carnell Tate for the medium, and then he'll have Xavier Worthy for the long. It's like, well, what do you do? Who do you cover?
That's
that is disgusting. And Carnell Tate can be a deep threat as well because of his elite speed and just pure size and a wingspan. But if you are going to make 3 number 2s, you may as well make the front.
I got it differently, mate.
Yeah.
You may as well get some solid breakfast brunch just to throw it down the middle for you. And that's Patrick Mahomes. Just a big poo.
That felt like a really good spot. I really just want to end on Patrick Mahomes just being a big poo. Which, tracks quite well for me in this. Anyway, on to topic of the show, the second stage of grief. Anger. Hard to get angry when nothing's happening, but then that makes me angry. So therefore, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I'm angry at not being angry, therefore, boom. But to be completely honest, first thing I've got on my list, I'm just mad at the NFL in general, and I've put it, how dare it stop for half a year, just in time for seasonal depression to really sell in. Like, February is maybe the worst month, because you've not got the high coming off the back of the holiday break, you're not refreshed because you just had some time off, the sun just does not shine. February is a horrible, horrible month. They tease you with the Super Bowl, and then just abandon you for half a year. They don't care. So that's where, like, the beginning of my anger comes from. Just at the whole season. There's got to be something. There must be a way. I think they pushed the Super Bowl by a week when they added an extra week. The draft used to be the beginning of April. That meant that there wasn't much space between the Super Bowl and the draft.
Mm.
And I appreciate that. I don't like it being at the back end. Now it feels everything's like concertinaed in the other direction. It doesn't please me in the slightest. Anyone else mad at the other?
And it means the next couple of months are just talking about ifs, buts, and maybes, and it's all just projection. And we've seen from when it gets to the NFL draft as well that nobody really knows much of anything. There's always surprises, and you spoke about it. You spoke to all these teams for the last 3 months, and then we didn't have a clue, and could avoid all that.
Yeah, I love it when they're sat there and they've got Mooch on the desk going, I've spoken to all of these coaches. What they're definitely going to do is they're going to go with, oh, wow, I didn't think they'd go that way at all. I'm very surprised. He was so high on my board. I don't care about your board, Mooch. Sit down. Like, yeah, it's all nonsense and gibberish. And they're just begging that somebody like clicks on something. I guess as are we in a sense, but we're going to start rumors.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to commit to that, guys. We'll get a little powwow. I'll get a Teams meeting set up for sometime midweek, and we'll just get together and like We Witches 3 this and just really like get some good stuff going. Alex, you look like you're angry at something. Hit me.
Right, I'm not that angry that I'm going to commit physical violence. My name is not Rashid Rice, but it's. Allegedly. Don't come for
wait,
me.
I've moved this up so that I could get there quick.
Sorry, everybody. Yeah. We touched on it earlier on in the show, but like I'm a really big believer of this. I think the amount of seasonal games that we've got in different countries now is beyond dumb. Like I just think it's very, very dumb. The series is now not really a series. It's a never-ending run of nothingness. It's kind of like season 12 to season 19 of The Simpsons. What happened? Nobody knows.
Simpsons reference, you say?
Okay. Like there was nothing that went on. Or season 11 to currently in Family Guy. What happened? Nobody knows. Who cares? Like that's basically. Or if you want to go from season 6 to season 8 of Game of Thrones, who cares? It was
just waiting for one of these to be supernatural, and you swerved me on each one. Well done.
I was always thinking Walking Dead.
Again, the second Carl died. That's it. I was out. Carl was the worst character. They should have built him up to be the villain of the whole show. It was a wasted opportunity. Yeah, no, look, I kind of agree, but for a very different reason. So. Yeah, you're mad at the being to the international games. I'm mad because it makes us less special. Okay, so London used to get a game or two, and everybody like, "Oh my god, wow, isn't London so cool, great?" And they get a game, and we're like, "Yeah, we get some." Oh yeah, I like watching the NFL because we get game. Now there's like people in like Brazil and Australia are all like, "Oh yeah, good day, mate." That's obviously.
It's obviously the Brazil one, that is, isn't it? That's definitely the Brazilian accent right there.
Anyone knows about me is that my accents are spot on. Never heard a Brazilian talk in my life. So I went with the Australian. Most things come out Jamaican. So like I try very hard not to do accents. But yeah, we're no longer like super special. And they keep chucking out, like Lions news today, they keep chucking out fairly decent teams to all of the other places and then go, hey, London, guess what? Browns, Vikings.
Yeah.
And you're like, thanks for that.
I mean,
and what we got Niners in Mexico.
Yeah.
We've got the Lions in Germany. Oh, no, the Niners are in Australia aren't they? Yeah. So, like, some good teams are going to other places.
Yeah. And the UK teams we get are so good that we've decided to just go and watch college football this year instead.
Yes, we are going to go watch Scatterboo's alma mater, the Arizona. I want to say Sea Devils, but it's definitely some kind of devil of some kind.
Yeah. Versus Kansas City, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But yeah, we're going to that game. That should be good fun. Pete, what are you angry at, mate?
Mine's a bit more serious. Probably the biggest news of this week we kind of left to hear because I wanted to talk about it, and that is Rondell Moore. So for those that don't know, Rondell Moore passed away. Gunshot wound, suspected suicide. I don't think it's been 100% confirmed yet, but it's assumed that it's suicide. And this is happening more and more often. The Harvard did a study on suicide rates within sport, and they said up until about 2010 across all the major US sports, it was fairly consistent. But from 2010 to 2019, NFL players are 2.6 times more likely to commit suicide than NBA players or Major League Baseball players. It's happening more and more, and I think some of that's coming through with CTE. Some of that's the pressure that they're under. In Rondell Moore's case, obviously, he was drafted by the Cards in 2021. He looked promising. He flashed some really good playing. He was a really exciting player at college. Then he went to the Falcons, injured himself, missed the season. He was with the Vikings at the beginning of last year, and then returning a punt in the very first off-season game, season-ending injury. So he's been really, really struggling. And I know that he spoke to Hollywood Brown shortly before this all happened and was talking about this because Hollywood Brown kind of mentioned it on his Twitter. But it's just the fact that this is happening and that teams aren't really doing enough beyond really superficial. Look, it's Mental Health Awareness Week. Here's a number to call. Don't worry about us. There was quite an interesting response. Braden Fehoko, he was a defensive lineman. He's retired now. But he came out this week and he said, I'm going to quote him here, these NFL teams come out here and post these mental health awareness posts talking about they care about players, don't be afraid to reach out, etc. All they care about is what you bring to the table when it's game day. Most players don't want to get help inside the building of an NFL organization because they know you'll get looked at differently. You go to a staff member to tell them you're struggling, watch how different they start treating and looking at you. I've seen it firsthand. And you can kind of see that, this business first attitude. And you, like in the last 18 months, it's not just Rondell Moore, Marshawn Kneeland and Rudy Johnson both taking their lives. And when Kneeland died, Hoko then said, sometimes as a man, especially in the football world, we're afraid of being judged or looked at as being weak. Make it mandatory to have a sit down with guys because most of them won't take the initiative. And as somebody that lost a friend at a young age to this, that rings really, really true. We're getting better, but a lot of men don't talk about this. A lot of men don't reach out, and you need to go and do it. I always found that really impactful in Ted Lasso when they brought the psychologist in and she was talking to the team and it really helped them. And Ted, who's this very positive mental attitude and really encourages for his guys, refused to speak to her for a long time because he didn't want to deal with it. And he'd been brought up, that's not how you deal with it. We just deal with it together. But I think teams need to do more to be proactive in bringing players to them and keep it separate from the business. It can't go back to the company. There's got to be a duty of care there and delineate that to make sure that these things don't happen. Because with CTE, with the pressure, with how cripplingly painful some of these injuries must be, when you talk about what players play through and the injuries and the pain that they play through, to then what must it be when they can't play, when they can't walk, like some of these players get to with these really, really bad injuries. There's a duty of care there, and I don't think enough is being done. And that's pisses me off for the richest sports league in the world.
Yeah, the NFL has always been famous for its thing of the next man up, the next man up, the next man available. If one goes down, we've always got somebody that's there and ready to go. But you are 100% right. There isn't ever, right, well, this guy's out for the season. There's the loneliness side of it because he's not going to be training with everybody every week. He's going to be in the facility just talking to staff members that are necessarily going to not give him the best time of day because he's not playing. He's not involved in this team. So is he doing it privately? Is he doing it at home on his own? And a lot of these guys, when they get drafted, more especially when they get drafted, they've flown across the other side of the country. Family can't come with them because they've still got their lives and they haven't necessarily got this check that can end mum's job and house life and there. So a lot of them are left on their own in random places that can be packed up like that when you got rid of. And it is the most difficult thing. And you are 100% right. Enough isn't being done. And from the biggest franchise in the world of sport, which is the NFL, there needs to be more.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see at least a single franchise come out and say enough's enough. We're gonna like mandate contracts or bonuses to be linked to going once a week to having a chat with somebody and spend an hour. There's let's say 100 people, practice squad, starters, all of that kind of stuff. 100 hours a week. One person just like to go and sit and have a chat. They don't report back to the NFL. It's just, did they show up? Yes. Did they show up? No. If they didn't, then they start to take a chunk out or something like that. But yeah, it's horrible. Like, and was he 25?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Like 25 is like mad. Your like frontal lobe isn't done until 27. You're not making rational choices at 25. Christ alive. Like I was absolute dumbass at 25. Like it's just, I mean, I still kind of am, but like I was kind of dreading like this show because obviously the last time this happened, I put video and put it up at the beginning. I thought kind of it feels really, it would start to feel a bit thoughts and prayers-y to do the same kind of thing, to open the show and be like, again, this has happened again, reach out to somebody and whatnot. So I was pleased, Pete, when you said that you want to do this for this. I mean, all we can do is complain about it as far as the NFL goes, but if one person sees this, I've stuck the Samaritans number on there, give them a ring, have a chat. I don't know, hit any of us up on any of the social medias that you can do. Like, we'll have a chat. We don't care. Like, it's no big deal. Christ, speak to ChatGPT. I know there was a big bunch of adverts about AI isn't your therapist, like in the middle of the Super Bowl. But if you haven't got the money or somebody to speak to, like, if it can help drag you off a ledge, then just do something. If not, it will say, I'm not a therapist. Speak to somebody. But here's a couple of things that you could do. Maybe take a breath. Maybe take a step back. Maybe go for a walk. Drink some water. Like, do some stuff. Do something. There is... I don't like when people refer to it as the easy way out. It certainly isn't. But, like, it's just... Don't find that way out. Find a different route. Find a different thing. Speak to somebody. Do something. I said last time, I'll say it this time. Speak to Murph. He'll give you a podcast. You get to speak to, like, two of your mates for an hour or two. Let's just do that. We just have thousands upon thousands of podcasts.
And if you've got a friend you've not heard from in a while, reach out to them. Just, how are you doing? How's things in your life?
And immediately I can think of one that comes to mind. So I will do such a thing once this podcast is done today. Look, there's no easy segue from this. So I'm just going to go straight into something stupid because that's what we're known for. But if anybody needs anything, Samaritans, call them 116-123 if you're listening on audio. Back to being dumbasses for a little bit. Teasers in February, not malt, the delicious chocolatey bubbly balls, but already 3 teams are teasing logos or new jerseys or all of this. We're getting into trailer for a trailer. We're engaged to be engaged. this just winds me up. Like, just drop something. Like, don't be like, hey, by the way, something's coming. Look out. We're not tuning in. You're not getting actual like viewers. This isn't like your Nielsen box saying, oh, we've put a teaser out, so now loads of people are going to give us loads of clicks. Stop it. I'm looking at you, Tennessee Titans. Massive billboard in Tennessee today. Just a date. Obviously, it's the wrong way around. So it was like 3/11/26, which to me, I was like, wow, November 3rd is a weird time to announce change of your logo. But yeah, so in a couple of weeks, look, it's been leaked all over the place. The Titans are changing their like flamey, horrible, like 2000s tattoo of a logo. Like it's a proper tramp stamp, that weird, like, meteor thing. What's that got to do with being a Titan? Can we, like, honestly, Titan is such a cool name, and they've gone with weird meteor, angle of a stupid sword, looks like a little dagger if you look at it the right way. And now, scrap that. We're just going to have the stupid dagger that kind of looks like a T. It's going to be flat. It's going to be boring. Everyone's going to hate it. I think they're also teasing that they're not going to use the Oilers like theme anymore. Like, it was cute while it lasted. That's gone too. As part of this as well, Falcons, they just put a tweet up saying, see you in April. Yes. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, everything has to be in line because the draft is in April, okay? You're not going to, like, bring a guy out and he's going to, like, come across and be like, yeah, and grab the 2025 jersey and have your picture of whoever you've drafted there with the classic and then start selling a different shirt, because that's when you start sell different jerseys. So Falcons, do better. Already doing a good job. You fired Kirk Cousins. You're back on my good graces. However, no more messing around just saying April. That's ridiculous. And the Rams, I don't think you've teased anything, but there are like rumors and leaks all over the place. And the Rams are going to, arguably, I quite like that they've gone quite like 70s, 80s with the anatomically correct ram skull is going to replace the secondary logo, which is kind of cool. You know, like the you kind of like get a biology diagram, that kind of sketch, kind of like ram look. They're going with that. But then the LA with the Chargers logo on it, they're just going flat one color. They're getting rid of the gradient, apparently. It looks stupid. It looks like a knockoff. Yeah, this is just it. Stop teasing things. Just don't put it out. Tell you what, when you're just ready, just go, here it is. Not see you on Thursday. No one cares. I mean, I care. But that's not the point. And that one guy on Twitter who's on TikTok who's like, hey, guys, I've got the scoop. He somehow reports every single day that there are uniform changes, this dude. He's like got the inside scoop somewhere, and all he does is he just keeps saying words. And at the very end goes, might be a logo change. Don't know. And then moves on, but like gets a lot of hits from it. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Also, actually, as a second part of that, I'll let somebody else speak in a minute. Why is everything getting more monochromatic, right? Stop it. Everything's getting boring and flat and one color. I hate it. I kind of blame Fanatics. I don't know that they have a hand in it. Can't prove it, but I'm pretty certain it's their fault. Because it's easy to just print on a red jersey, I guess, basically. And I put here, Seattle have one of the most drastic looking kits. You know, they went with a bit of neon, bit of texture, all sorts of good stuff. They just won the friggin' Super Bowl. I bet they sell a bunch of jerseys that all look very, very good. Do you know who is irrelevant? It's the Cardinals. And we said this ages ago, and we keep ragging on the Cardinals, like the Cardinals, not got a problem. But boring, flat, red, just as Cardinals or Atlanta, Arizona. It is just very, very boring. And another person that I saw online was like, we're going to work out who is the most irrelevant franchise. Before we even started, I said the Cardinals. It ended up being the Cardinals. It was like anyone who's got like social media, this or so many followers and blah, blah, blah. And they just whittled it down. Cardinals, most irrelevant. So yeah, stop making everything boring and flat. Same thing happens with, I'm going to make my one football reference for the podcast to knock this one out of your bingo card. Happens all the time with international kits. Nike, lazy. Whoever ends up with a Nike kit, Brazil, England, whoever, it's all the same one. Yours is yellow, yours is white. They're just all the exact same. Boring, boring, boring. I kind of blame Nike. Actually, I've worked it out. It's Nike's fault.
It's Nike's fault. And if you go really far back, I would say it's Umbro's fault, because one of the best-selling shirts of all time was when England did the PE kit. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was just a plain white polo shirt. They just cleaned everything off. Pure white. Everybody loved the PE kit. It went bananas. Favorite football shirt of all time. Nike then it did so well that Nike bought out Umbro just to get the England contract. Ran it for a couple of years as Umbro was out, that retro brand, got rid of it, and they just stole all the ideas and they've just carried on kind of rolling with it. But yeah, go back to crazy 90s shell suit patterns. It's going to be way more fun.
Yeah. Well, look at any of the rivalries stuff is cool. Go on, Alex.
All right. So 2 things to start this. You are 100% right when you go down the Fanatics route, because everybody hates Fanatics being the biggest NFL supplier, because their stuff is garbage and it's not very good, and it gets delayed. So their thoughts in marketing departments and all these kind of things are, let's make it simpler for other people to do it.
There you go.
We've seen this in our football, in English football as well, of the simplification of logos and things so that they can be printed easier abroad, made cheaper, and then brought across. It's why last season Newcastle United had a full thing about, we're going to change your badge. Chelsea changed their badge. Manchester United have changed theirs. Arsenal have changed theirs. Manchester City changed theirs. Tottenham Hotspur changed theirs. All the big football teams in the United Kingdom have changed their badge. Aston Villa did it twice in 2 seasons because they're weird. They completely did it. Yeah. All right, no, and we all hate Villa just because they're from Birmingham. But there's literally because they're from Birmingham. Not because they relegated us twice. Anyway, but the point of the matter is it's going to get simpler more and more and more. You will see the simplification of teams' logos happen over and over again because it's easier for AI to remake it.
On the plus side, I don't like spending £80 on an NFL jersey. So I do like getting it from assorted foreign gate websites for like £8.50. And the more basic the logos, the harder it is to discern that you're wearing a cheap knockoff. So,
yeah, I respect that. There's a guy, I can't remember who he is now. I'll drop it on the next show. But there's a guy on Facebook that does legit orders from the US, and their manufacturing is actually much better than ours. So if you order the same game style jersey from Fanatics UK and the same game style jersey from Fanatics in the US, they're actually way different quality. So he imports a lot of stuff, and people buy through him. He's got somebody on the other side, sends it all through, yada yada yada. He's got inside track on Super Bowl merchandise and all sorts of things. As soon as it drops, people are on there. They're doing it. There's even when they do special edition stuff, there was a Grateful Dead Oregon Ducks collaboration that looks just gorgeous. And all the numbers were watermelon color and stuff. It's very, very nice. And he managed to source a bunch of that. I'll find him and check him out there. But yeah, it's just it winds me up, and it makes me want to go to anywhere else apart from Fanatics to pick something up. I think they've had the same problem with the NHL and the MLB as well. A lot of people have complained with the way that they've been printing stuff. I have gone to way back, and I'm buying a lot of Reebok vintage jerseys. They still look good when they're beating the hell out of them, and that's the great thing, because all of the ones that I end up getting, everything starts to fade a little bit, but it kind of adds a little bit to the authenticity. on the other side of that, because Fanatics are so terrible, there is one guy I follow on Vinted. He must have either an inside track or something, but he gets lots of misprints. So if you don't care that, Patrick Mahomes is number like 71, then you could get like a pretty like decent jersey for like 40 quid. So just look for like misprinted jerseys on there. I found one that it just said player name on the back plate, which was clearly the one that they use for the promotional image. Yeah. And I thought, actually, that's kind of cool. Imagine if you went up to a game and it just said player name on the back, and they're like, everyone has seen your jersey because it's the one on the website. Like, oh yeah, this is one of one, mate. I kicked myself for not buying it. I think it was a Giants one, which is why I didn't end up doing it. But yeah, next time I see one, I'm absolutely doing it. But yeah, stupid. Boo. I guess I'm mostly angry at Nike, Fanatics, and the NFL. Alex, talk to me. What you mad
at? The divisions are dumb.
This is what I've been waiting for. I love this.
The divisions need redoing. We've had that many franchises move. We've had that many franchises like reorganize themselves and do all that lot that now they no longer make sense. So we need to redo them. Okay. So I'm going to read out, I'm going to start with the NFC and then I'm going to go to the AFC. And I'm going to start west to north. Okay. So I'm going to start the NFC West, go east, south, and then north. And then I'll do the same for the AFC. And these are the new teams and the new brackets for all of you. Okay. Shout out, by the way, to Backyard Breaks, who this is where I got it from and got this picture from, because I spent 20 minutes trying to do this by looking at an actual USA map, and then thought, hang on a minute, if I've had this idea, somebody else had this idea. Let's see if they actually got me a graphic. They did get me a graphic. Theirs looks way better than mine did, and their idea is way better than mine, because I had the Cardinals in the AFC, and that doesn't make a lot of sense, really. So let's do it like this. So the NFC West, as follows, is the LA Rams, the LA Chargers, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Las Vegas Raiders.
I've got the graphic. Do you want me to pop it up? Spoilers?
That would be great. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Babe.
Because it gets a little bit harder to see.
I mainly do it to block Pete, but there we
go. More home games for the LA teams.
More home games for the LA teams, but that's why they moved to LA. Was so that they could have LA home games. And like the interesting one is the East as well, like with that kind of a division. Obviously, the Broncos and Chiefs staying there. The Cardinals move, and the Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks could obviously probably stay in the NFC West, but hey, it's fine. The South is actually a proper Southern division now.
Can I just ask on this? I've got to interfere with this.
Okay.
How are the Seahawks as one of the most westerly teams in the NFC East?
It's mad, isn't it?
That's a good point.
What's the logic for? We've got a South team, 3 West teams, and a Central team. They'll be the East.
Yeah.
Maybe we should rename it the NFC Central, NFC Others.
Oh, NFC Central sounds nice.
There you go.
I like that one. And the North, Pete, we just made it harder for you. Sorry. The Vikings, the Packers, the Bears, and the Lions.
No change.
It's just it's just.
Does Indiana still fit in that bubble? Just want to make sure that that the Bears would still line up with this, because
I suppose. Well, you can see Indiana right next to the Bears there, and this is the best thing about this: is that next season you could have 2 teams in Indiana, one in the NFC North, one in the AFC South.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I know the Indiana used to be in the North, didn't they? And it was all part of the reshuffle. They got moved to the South, but they are so not South.
No, very not
really
South.
Not. Very, very not South. I really like the the AFC South, by the way, of the Dolphins, the Bucks, the Jags, and the Falcons.
That's just horrible Florida man headlines, isn't it?
It's just a mess. that one's a mess. And then you go to the AFC North, which is the Bills, Giants, Jets, and Patriots.
Right? Yeah, fair enough. No, I like it. Oh, it's bold. Just why not? Yeah, they live in the same house. Like you should definitely have the teams that live in the same place in the same division. Right?
This is my point. Is that you've got so many teams now that are in divisions that just don't make any sense, man. There's no point of them being there, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I would like it to change. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm quite liking this. I'm just like going through. So NFC West all of a sudden became a little bit more even, I would say, to be fair. That the clear winner might probably be the Rams, but still decent around there. The East, the poor Cardinals, they just can't catch a break, can they? You're just up against three juggernauts at this point. NFC South, I actually really, really like all of that. Apart from too much blue teams. It's blue team, blue team, blue team, black team. So not very fun color matchups, but I could watch those kind of all day. The North, no notes. NFC North, I just think they nailed it. I would love to see it every year on year, I think.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Putting the Giants in there and getting rid of the Finns makes so much more sense. Patriots appreciate it as well because they always randomly lose. No matter how terrible the Finns are, they always seem to lose one of those games.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And look, I love the horrible drunk Florida man section. I think that's brilliant. That's just horrible, isn't it? It's just those fan bases clashing all the time. It just that's rife for Twitter. Eagles, I don't care whether or not they're in the NFL, so yeah, stick them in the East with that lot, feed them to them. And yeah, AFC West is actually 4 really middling teams, so they're the new NFC South, I reckon.
Yeah, AFC Switzerland.
Close enough.
Exactly. Yeah. They're just teams that are never going to be good. So you're like, who's going to win this division? It could be anybody.
Who knows? Spin the wheel and just see which one lands on it. Yeah. Great news. It's Washington's year. Let's go. You know, that kind of good stuff. That's great. I've seen some really good ways of doing it, and people are like, Birds division, mythical division, and just like various things like that. I enjoy it. I think we are due a reshuffle. It would be quite nice. Probably an expansion or two. Let's get a few more teams out there as well. Why the hell not? Because then we could have longer than 6 months of football. I'm just saying, which goes back to my very first anger segment. Let's get some more of that in. Beautiful. Love it. Yeah, fully agree. Approved. Pete, what angers you this week?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just that. Cool. I've had my rant. I have got nothing more to rant about this week, to be honest. That was I tried to muster up some anger about Chicago moving slightly different, but like I said, I live in York, so it doesn't impact me at all. So it'd feel a bit false to rant about it.
I think it'd be great though. Like Yorkshire man mad at team that doesn't live near him, moving 20 minutes closer to him.
Yeah. Here's one. I've really, really enjoyed the last off season because the Bears have sucked.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And looking forward to a top 10 pick, or we're going to get Caleb. We've got another top 10 pick. For the last 3 years, the build up to the draft has been the highlight of the season. Now we're picking at 25th.
You're not even going to be awake when they pick, are you?
We might get the 4th best defensive end. Come on, I hope he falls to us. And it's just a bit like, it's not as exciting for me anymore.
Having never had a high or particularly low or sometimes just not a first round pick, the Saints just bore the hell out of me in the first round of the draft. They're just pointless. Like, there's never a headline. No one's ever like, "Ooh, look, they got Kenny Vaccaro." You know, it's just there was none of that. And like, I like Kenny Vaccaro. He was such an ass, but great player. Which is what I want in my cornerbacks again. So yeah, I kind of like, welcome to the party, pal. And yeah, you'll be asleep by the time the Bears take their first pick at the wee hours. It'll be like 4 a.m. or something stupid. Alex,
which, according to Mel Kiper, will be Caden McDonald, defensive tackle from Ohio State.
Oh, so I was wrong. What's defensive end? It's defensive tackle. It'll be
yeah. Oh, what a swerve!
Yeah,
that would have been a nice surprise, wouldn't it?
It's also, I think, it's one of them things like you really, really appreciate defensive players in season, but in a draft, you get excited about playmakers. You want offensive playmakers. Getting a safety in the first round or similar doesn't feel particularly late first round when it's not the first guy off the board who you know is going to be a stud or you expect to be a stud. It's kind of, you have to really generate that excitement for it. I mean, it could work. Yeah. It could work. We could
really day two of draft is the place that you get the excitement. I know all the hoopla goes around the first round, and I don't pay a great deal of attention post first round. I'll watch a little bit here and there and keep an eye on it, but I should be more invested in those like second and third round picks, because first round tends to be, here are all the guys that are probably going to go. They all went. A couple of surprises. Yeah. I'll forever be mad that I thought that the Saints were getting Lamar Jackson and we didn't. I will bring that up on my deathbed. I think I'm going to be right there, staring Buddha in the face, being like, "They moved up, mate. They moved up," and me and Adam Rank were both like, "This is it. This is Lamar Jackson. This is the QB of the future." No, don't remember who took. Probably a center. Don't care.
When did Lamar get drafted?
2018. That's what I'm just checking.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. The Saints moved up. They went up. They traded some stuff away, and everyone was like, "Oh gosh, they're doing it. They're being bold."
I mean, to be fair, if it was 2018, right, you did well. Yeah, you got Marcus Davenport, so
that's it. Yeah.
You got a good player, but he's not Lamar.
Oh, sorry. 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson. Yeah. No, you're never that. Like, what? Yeah. That's not a trade.
You could have got like Corey Coleman or someone.
Yeah. Does Marcus Davenport even still play for you?
I think he still does.
No. Find out.
Sorry to everybody that's still here.
Don't care.
Oh, he's a Lions now.
Hour 13. Hour 1:13 of the show. We're just Googling whether Marcus Davenport is still a member of the New Orleans Saints.
I thought he
broke his silence on it
4 years ago. Played for the Vikings and then the Lions. I really thought he was still there. That's mad.
Boom. See? Do you know who's still playing?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is. That's right. Yeah. We're going to get him. Well, we don't even need him now because we've got Ain't No Thing is Halfway Shook.
It's a really.
I'm gonna keep trying to come up with good nicknames for that guy. Every week, God damn it, we'll find something. Will land.
It is a really good thing that the next stage of denial is bargaining, because Joel's already on his what if scenarios.
I'm gonna make some bargains. Next week is Deal with the Devil. I'm gonna be sat with a banjo. You want to see something? Yeah, I'm going like the robot devil from Futurama. I'll give him hands. He'll play the fiddle. It'll be great. Oh no, the other way around, isn't it? I'm gonna take his hands. That'd be a great moment for somebody to tune in. It's just like me threatening. I'm gonna take his hands. I'll do it. I think I won't. I'm offering up my hands so that we can draft somebody. Maybe we get a good trade. I don't know. Tune in next week to find out. Same bat time, same bat channel. Cool outro break. Oh, everyone, I picked like a cute thing. And by everyone, I mean all three of us, because I picked me. I'm also wearing my Cam Newton hat for this one. And we're done.